Let's move on to main topic number 3. And our third main topic today gets submitted to us by Michael Hines, who writes, "Hey, John. It's been reported that Warner Brothers pushed back Wonder Woman 1984 to August 14th, and they also pulled Scoob in the Heights, and Malignant from their release dates. What are your thoughts on this, and do you think other films will follow, and which films do you think will be the next to do so?" All right, thanks a lot for sending that in, man. And yeah, listen, we were talking about this last week that you're going to start seeing the June and July movies getting bumped, because even if the theaters do get open by then, even if they do, the studios didn't have any time to ramp up a marketing campaign. You can't just drop a movie in theater. It's not like, Eminem just dropping a track surprising overnight. You can't do that with a movie. You've got to have a ramp up. You got to have a build up. And right now, since they didn't know if the theaters are going to be open in July or June, they couldn't exactly open those. So we said you're going to start to see these movies getting bumped. What is interesting here is that Wonder Woman, unlike a lot of the other ones, like James Bond did announce its new date in November. Fast 9 announced its new date in 2021. But a lot of the films that are getting bumped, they're just getting bumped indefinitely. Wonder Woman actually didn't bump all that far, and they announced their new date, August. August is when we're coming out. And to back up that kind of move, you had the director of Wonder Woman 84, Patty Jenkins, who is just amazing. She got online and wrote the following: "We made Wonder Woman 1984 for the big screen, and I believe in the power of cinema. In these terrible times when theater owners are struggling, so many are, we are excited to redate our film to August 14th, 2020 in a theater near you, and pray for better times for all by then." On top of that, the studio executives also got online, reiterating basically what Patty Jenkins said, "We are reaffirming our commitment to the movie theaters. Wonder Woman is a movie to be experienced on the big screen, and August 14th, blah, blah, blah," and all that kind of stuff. There's a couple of interesting points of discussion here. Number one is the fact that they didn't move by all that much, Rob. They decided that they wanted to go with a sooner rather than later approach, and they aimed for August, which I think was actually a pretty good move, because remember, they had already started their marketing before the coronavirus stuff hit, right?
Yeah,
so
of course.
If they can refrain from moving it too far, they can still capture a little bit of that momentum and then jump back on the marketing train, because they clearly feel like the theaters will probably be back open, whatever state we're all in, by August 14th, who knows, but they feel that they're going to be open by then. I also thought it was not coincidental that the day after Universal profoundly dropped the ball on their handling of their situation with Trolls, I don't think it's a coincidence that the very next day, Warner Brothers executives and Wonder Woman came out to reaffirm, not only are we got a new date, we are absolutely committed to the theatrical experience. Movies are meant for the big screen. We are committed to our theatrical partners, blah, blah, blah. It's no coincidence that one day after that news dropped about Universal and how they handle the situation, that this is being done. But Rob, so there's two things here. What do you think about the move to August for Wonder Woman? And what do you think about the verbiage that Patty Jenkins and Warner Brothers executives are using at this point?
Well, one, I think it's important because it's a statement from the studios that, look, we're not going to be closed for business for the rest of the year. They're hoping that there will be a turnaround, and based on indications from both China and South Korea, that might very well be possible. And I think it's the kind of affirmation that movie theaters need, that they know that the darkness, there's light at the end of the tunnel. And they're going to be at least given a huge tentpole property, not moved to November, not moved into a whole different season, but the summer movie season that is so vitally important to studios and movie theater chains, it might just be shifted a few more months, but they might do some bang-up business in August. And I think it's great all the way around. I like what Patty Jenkins was saying. I was looking at the stuff they were tweeting out. I think I retweeted her. She put out that cool motion poster in her tweet of Wonder Woman with the new armor, which, by the way, they had on display. They had some Hot Toys figures on display and showed that armored figure. Woohoo! So I really want to see this movie, and I just think it's good all the way around. And I'm excited, man. I'm excited because as long as I can see Tenet and Wonder Woman, the summer of 2020 might not be a total write-off as far as film fans are concerned.
I agree. So how do you think it's going to do? Like, how do you think, August isn't that far off. How do you think they're going to pull this off?
Well, I mean, it's really up to where we're at in terms of has the curve flattened out and started to drop when it comes to coronavirus. I mean, as we're seeing our government respond, the economy's got to get turned back on. I mean, businesses, the world, unfortunately, you can't just stop industry and the economy because people, we can't put the entire universe on welfare. Nobody can afford that. And we need businesses to open. But what really is important is to know that there's enough healthy people, that people have all been tested. I mean, the biggest problem where we're at now is we don't know where the virus is yet. The testing is really ramping up in this country, but we've got to know where the virus is. And in places like Korea and China, they know where the virus is. So they've isolated those people, and healthy people are going back to work, and they're able to do that. And we need to do that. And we need these industries to come back. We don't need a tsunami like this to wash away our movie theaters, because it's completely detrimental to all of Hollywood. And say what you want. You want to call Hollywood elites or whatever, but this is a worldwide business, and it's a chief export of this country to make entertainment. And we need entertainment. The world needs entertainment. People need to be entertained. And, you might be cynical or you might be jaded, but Hollywood needs to go on, and movies need to get made, and the world needs movies. And I think it's important that we get back into the business of making things, not at the expense of anyone else. I do not believe that my mother, who's 81 years old next month, should have to worry about getting sick so someone else can make a buck. I think my mom will stick around for a while, but I also think we got to have businesses open back up, because people need food, they need entertainment, but most of all, they need hope. They need their spirits to be lifted. And the sooner we can get back to the business of working, as long as people can stay healthy, the better off we are. And I think what Warner Brothers is doing, they're planting a flag and they're saying, you know what? Things are going to get better. And I even see the act of doing it. Even if if it doesn't work out, hey, it doesn't work out. But right now, even at the end of March, they are saying there is hope, and we're going to be open for business soon, but not too soon.
Yeah. And again, like you just said, if we get to late June into July and it's clear that it's not wise to do so, they'll just pull the date up again. It's not. I think I agree with what you said. I think even just planting that flag is a symbol of hope. But we're not married to it. If they have to pull it up again, they will pull it up again. But I think that's interesting too. Guys, question is, what do you think about the move by Wonder Woman to get pushed off from that? And what do you think about the comments by Patty Jenkins and the Warner Brothers executives? Jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Okay, guys.